Okay, we're going to have about a 4-minute pregame show today. About a 4-minute pregame show. Hopefully the audio will be okay. And let me see if I can find this puppy on my iPad. And that way we can tell for sure. So far, no luck. There she blows. And let's see what we can... Oh, restart. We're going to do a restart.
Okay, we are live again, and we're going to see what we have this time and see if we have decent audio after the reboot.
And let me see if I can find this puppy on my iPad.
Oh, wait.
We can tell for sure. So far, no luck.
Let's see here.
There she blows. And let's see what we can... Oh, restart.
Okay, now there's the restart, and let's see what it sounds like. Okay, good. All right, we're good. So we were able to do a restart without creating a new event, which is good. That's like the old days. Remember the old days we were able to do that? Then we had that little glitch where we had to create a whole new event. That was all a bit of an issue. Eduardo's in the house. Stig's in the house. R. Wags is in the house. Looks like he was first in the house. And Cheetown's in the house. Carlos says good audio now. Okay, so, all right, we're going to resolve a few issues. Had a couple of issues. We had people that say that my shirts are too baggy and Bill's khakis are too baggy and so on, and you shouldn't wear dressier shoes. I'm not going to say dress shoes. I'm going to say dressier shoes than like tennis shoes or whatever, or flip-flops. So we're going to address all those issues here in today's show, and then some, I'm sure, and then some. So first of all, I did take out my old tried and true shoes that some of which are many years old, some of which were bought all the way back in 1978, some of which were bought in the early to mid 80s. I think that's pretty much where most where it ends. I think I didn't buy any after that, but in any event, I took them out and I polished them up, cleaned them up, polished them up, and took some photographs and put it up on my Flickr, and I'll show you that real quick. I'll show you some of those photos. Okay, and this pair I actually have on right now, and I'll demonstrate in a minute, but those are the special soles on those Edward Greens, and that's probably my highest dollar pair of shoes. Those were well over $1,000 new, way back in the day. So they're pretty pricey shoes. Edward Green, I think he makes the best shoes that are ready to wear in England. I don't think you can beat Edward Green in any way, shape, or form. And this one is that's Churches. Okay, that's a brand made by Churches. Okay, and those are just a cap toe. Very, very comfortable, very, very versatile. Notice a lot of these are brown because I wore a lot of khakis and things like that, and that's the way you go with brown with that. But here's a pair that I bought at Johnston Murphy that have been half soled, you can see there. These have been through the mill. These I bought in 1978, and not particularly expensive. They were made in the USA, not particularly high-end, but medium, decent quality shoes. They've been resold a couple times and been through the mill. Bought those in 1978. And these are from Brooks Brothers, Peal Company name. And these are also very, very comfortable. Very versatile. Well, they're brown, but you can wear those with jeans. You can wear those with khakis. You can wear those with a suit. Okay? So those were from Brooks Brothers. Now this is a pair, these were made in Italy. I'm not sure the maker, but I bought them at Johnston and Murphy. Also in 1978, the same time I bought those other black ones. And these have been through the mill too. These have had a half sole put on them. And very attractive shoes. I always liked those shoes. And those, I sold a lot of cars wearing those puppies. I can tell you that right now. They got a lot of use. And you can see they're still surviving. They're still, I wore those actually when I went over to Steve's. When I went over to Steve's to pick up the Stunner, I wore those, absolutely. And these are probably my favorites of all of them. And these are the custom grade Churches Ranch Oxhide. Ranch Oxhide, original soles. The only two that had half soles put on them were those two that I got at Johnston Murphy. All the rest of these are original soles still. And there's the bags I use where you can see through the bag to store them, so you can see what they are. Just figured I'd include that. And then we're back to the stunner. So, so here's the thing. I believe details matter. And I believe that when you're doing deals, when you're out and about and you're doing deals, I think one of the things that people look at are your shoes, believe it or not. And believe it or not, females look at your shoes. And I think it's something where, and actually I had a very attractive female tell me this one time, something like this, I'm paraphrasing, but when you take really good care of your shoes and you're wearing high quality shoes, first of all, she thinks you might be successful, which is they always want somebody that's successful. And second of all, they think that you would be a good caregiver. You'd help take care of them and keep them safe also, because you're showing that you can care for your shoes. So there's something like that. And then if the shoe's kind of long, kind of big, they kind of like that too. So that's a whole thing. But that's a whole nother subject for another day. Cheetown's in the house. Craig, I recommend wearing Kermit Frog green Crocs with a suit. There you go. And let's see. All right, so we're going to do something. We're going to do a little demonstration here. And let me catch up on the comments here. These guys are individuals, Craig. That's why they lust after the same 10 watches as everyone else and don't think wearing decent clothes matters. And the lovely Brianna is in the house. Okay, let's get Bree's opinion on this. Lovely Brianna, all other things being equal, I mean, obviously you won't want the guy to be a jerk, right? But all other things being equal, do you pay attention to things like a man's shoes and like how he's dressed and maybe even the watch that he's wearing? And if things are well kept and well cared for, do you find these things interesting and attractive? Let us know in the chat what the lovely Briefit Dance thinks about that. And while you're doing that, I'm going to recalibrate the camera and I'm going to show you what this outfit looks like. So give me a moment to do this. Okay. All right. You won't be able to hear me very well because the mic is way over there. But I'm going to go back here so you can see pretty much the whole outfit, right? All right. You can see the whole outfit. You can see how the pants fit, right? These are Bill's khakis. I know you probably can't hear me very well, but it is what it is. All right. Now, the shoes. All right. Okay. All right. So, okay. So the reason it takes me a little bit of time to do that is I have to repoint the camera. I have to refocus it because I have to use manual focusing because otherwise the focus hunts, and that's super irritating. You ever watch YouTube videos where somebody's shooting and the focus is like hunting back and forth? It's really irritating. And so I don't know if you could hear me. You probably couldn't hear me very well, but basically the point of all that was to show how these things fit and how they look. I don't think they look baggy. I don't think they look bad. I think they look correct. I think if you have stuff that's really trim fitting and all that, like some of the latest styles, I think it looks pretty much like crap. But anyway, there you go. Carlos is in the house. He says hello to Bree. A quality pair of brown or black chukka boots or loafers go very nicely with dark wash jeans. Sneakers or running shoes with jeans are a no-no for anyone who wants an intimate life. Cheetown, I will say that I've gotten more compliments from people about my shoes than my watches. Absolutely, you will. Was Craig just describing gold diggers, LOL? Hey, any females are attractive, are generally speaking attracted to successful males. I mean, they want someone to, help them feather their nest, right? Right? That's what they want. Anybody that says otherwise is a little bit out of touch. Let's see, Craig. My problem with these shoes is that they're very slippery. Besides, you're right. Shoes do matter. Well, if you get the soles like on my Edward Greens, they don't slip. They're designed to be worn in the rain and things like that. So there's things you can do about that. Is that a Sebenz on your hip? Yes, it is. It's always on my hip. That's my go-to. Absolutely, 100% of the time. Yes. Okay. Let's see. She was good looking, but even I have standards. Stig in the house. Craig, this catwalk is stunning. You've got a point. Okay, Craig, we know you had pants on. I do for this show. I don't usually. I put them on special for this show. I hope you appreciate. Mr. Q says it's a classic fit. Oh, by the way, Mr. Q, thank you very much for shipping out those shell cordovan shoes. I'm looking forward to it. And if they fit, I'm keeping my fingers. I'm hoping they'll fit. Okay, they probably will. I'm tempted to send those down to Steve at what's it called? Beto's Leather. You know, the guy on YouTube that does the fantastic work. I'm tempted to send them down to him to have him put soles and heels on them and really, really gussy them up nice. I'm tempted. I don't know if I'm going to do that or not. We'll see how they feel on everything and see if they need any of that. Otherwise, I'll just restore them and wear them and use them. I think it's super cool. I've never had a pair of shell cordovans. I've got some nice shoes, as you just saw, but none of them are shell cordovan. Don't get involved with people who are drunk. That's a huge legal liability. Boy. There's lots of those types in the world, unfortunately. Eduardo, I like the shirt you got on, but I'm not sure about the fit. Eduardo, hey, it fits great. This is linen. It's designed to be worn in the summer. It's not supposed to fit tight to your body. That's not the way these things are supposed to fit. I'm trying to help you guys out. Classic is the style. Modern is unsustainable. There you go. A brief fit dance. I'm doing good. Thank you, Stig. How are you doing? Bree, you didn't answer my questions. Bree, please answer the questions. Bree, what do you think of gold diggers? Triforce Rich is in the house. Bree, do you approve a man wearing a knife if he's not in a Boy Scouts activity? Carlos in the house. There you go. Well, a lot of the times I'm wearing a sport coat that hides it, but Yeah, in the summertime, sometimes it's not. It's not hidden. So it's right there. It's absolutely right there for the world to see. Yep. I've had, let me think. I think I had one place where they said they didn't want me to have the knife. But that's in many, many years, like one place, right? Almost nobody ever says anything about having the knife, at least so far. And now give Maryland time, and they'll probably outlaw it. I'm going to show you. Let me show you Beto. Yeah, here it is. Here's Beto's. We talked about his channel, Beto's Leatherworks. Okay, we talked about him the other day, and the fantastic work that he does on restoring shoes that have issues. And I'll tell you what, I've really been surprised. A lot of people apparently really abuse their shoes. They don't take very good care of their shoes, because he gets shoes in that are just, I mean, they look like they've been through a rototiller. And then he brings them back to life. It's amazing. It looks like a Sabenza 21. I think that's what it is. It's like the classic Sabenza. I think it's a Sabenza 21. So yeah. Oh, I love it. It's nice and trim. It's nice and trim. It's not overly heavy. So yeah, I think it's a great EDC knife. Triforce Rich, I think it's their decision on what they want to do. Everyone has their reasons. Are you talking about gold diggers? Marie? Fast fashion in general is unsustainable. Low wages and poor working conditions for people. Big pollution, waste generation, and a boy drain on the wallet. I guess you meant a big drain on the wallet. Okay, Kyle's in the house, and he says, "Hey guys," and Carlos says, "It is very risky, but it is needed for safety and security." What are we talking about here? Oh, the knife. Oh, we're talking about the knife. Okay. It's very risky. Why is it risky? Big drain. Okay. The 23 is the smaller. I too have the 21. Okay, Mr. Q in the house. Good. Very, very good taste. Mr. Q has very, very good taste. By the way, what can you tell us about those shoes? Who made them? Were they a division of Florsheim, or what? Can you tell us anything in the chat about those shoes that you're sending to me? Let the viewers know. Stig says, Lady Brianna, I'm fairly well in this country of mine with no masks, but I am much worried about you. Okay, Kyle, what the scoop on... Hey, in the entire country, there were 750 people died from the virus yesterday. Like 750 people out of 350 million. That's like nothing. That's a very, 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 very small percentage. The odds of somebody having a bad result with this virus is extremely low, folks. Do math. Get a calculator. Do some math. This thing has been totally, totally overblown. Totally overblown. It's absolutely ridiculous. Kyle, what the scoop on Brett's deal? Yeah. What's the deal? Does he have a deal on that stunning Datejust? Craig, what's the blade length of your Sabenza? I think they're 3 7/8 inch. I think that's about what they are. I'm going by memory now, but you can Google it. It's a classic model. Briefitance, why worried about meat? Yeah, nobody needs to be worried about Bree. She's extremely healthy. Trust me, she's strong as an ox. Williams Watches says hello, Kyle, and he says hello to Bree and hi, Craig, and all. David Williams is in the house. Okay, David, David, you're late, so I'm going to have to remodel. I'm going to have to do the modeling again, folks. Stand by. I'm going to do the modeling again for David because David needs to understand what's going on. So stand by. I got to repoint the camera. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. All right. Okay, I hope David saw that. Well, that was for David. That was for David, okay? Let me get caught up on the comments. That's all for the latecomers. Let's see. I think you need to carry an unconcealed piece of cheese to avoid misunderstandings with the knife. Okay. Not sure what that means, but we'll go with it. Let's see. Hello, David. Okay, Eduardo. Okay. Mr. Q, got them new in South Florida in 1993 after Hurricane Andrew. Economy took a dive down there. The store was Tom McCann. Okay. All right. Gotcha. Cool. Okay, so the Sabenza is just a bit too long to carry concealed in California. It's a 3-inch length limit for concealed carry, or else you have to open carry. Well, I think you could call this in the sheath. I think you could call that open carry. I think that's open carry, right? Wouldn't it be considered? Mr. Q, they were on sale at $99 from $200 regular price. Wow, cool. You got a deal. And that's interesting. They were $200 back in 1993. They'd probably be at least $500 or $600 today. You know, any shell cordovan are usually, that's like the starting price range for shell cordovan. So, yeah. You're pretty sure they are shell cordovan, right? Okay. Let's see. Carlos is in the house. He's laughing out loud. No shoe on table. LOL. Hey, the sacrifices we make for you guys, right, for production quality. Talking about knives against stabbings in UK right now. Okay. Let's see. Kyle's in the house. That guy keeps stringing him along. We wanted him to Skype into the show every day. He says he will, and then cancels last minute. Okay. How tall are you, Craig? Look about 5'9". I'm 5'10", a little over 5'10". Maybe a hair over 5'10", but close enough. 5'9's close, but yeah, a little bit taller. So Stig says, Lady Brianna, you do not yet have the proper watch. Besides that, I have no worries. Okay. Craig, cannot wear Bill's. Sorry. Let me know in the chat, folks. These khakis that I'm wearing, you just saw them. You just saw them live on TV. How do they look? I think they look great. I don't understand why David is not mal-shaped. I met him. He's a normal guy. I mean, why in the heck can you not wear Bill's khakis? I don't get it. So please tell me in the chat, folks. Am I delusional, or do these khakis look great? Do they look great, or am I delusional? Bree, you've seen me wear khakis a lot. Let us know in the chat. Do they look okay, or am I delusional? Be honest. You can say I'm delusional. I will not take it personally. Cheetown's in the house. I thought CA blade limit was 2 inches. Whoa, 2-inch blade? Wow, that's terrible. Open carry here means it has to be visible on a holster, and for fixed blades like K-bars, both the scabbard has to be visible, and your shirt cannot cover the handle, or else it's a felony. Wow. Brief It Dance at Stig. I do need a proper watch. We really appreciate your sacrifice and production quality, Alter. There you go. Mr. Q, I believe they were tagged as shell cordovan. They feel and look the part as well. Can still receive a fair break-in. There you go. Craig, do you wear jeans as well? Yes, when I go to the rodeo, I wear jeans. I don't wear them very often, but when I go to the rodeo, I absolutely wear jeans. And sometimes I'll wear jeans if I go for a hike up on the mountain, depending on the temperature. Sometimes I wear my my 5.11 nylon shorts if it's hot. So yeah. Sometimes I do wear jeans. Triforce Rich, Kyle, how bad does Brett want a gold Rolex? I'd sell my Dainite in person for the right price. I'm 50-50 whether to keep it or not. Whoa. Triforce Rich got a nice Dainite at a decent price, and he might want to liquidate. Mr. Q, please share if they're not once you get them. I'll let you know what I think. I mean, I think the way you can tell, from what I understand, is if you look very close, shell cordovan doesn't get the fine little, I don't want to call them cracks, but the flex marks that typical leather, typical lamb, or whatever they use for these shoes. I think it's mainly lamb. It doesn't get those. It's smoother. So there are ways that you can tell. There is leather that, I forget what the term is for it, but there's leather that they sand it down basically, and they paint it. They basically paint it with like lacquer or something, right? And I forget the term for that, but they're typically very inexpensive shoes. They're not high quality shoes, and they can never be refinished or anything like that. They if they get scuffed up or whatever, they're done for, right? They're almost like throwaway shoes. And that can look like, if it's in good shape, that kind of leather can look like shell cordovan, but it ain't shell cordovan. It's like cheap leather that they painted. So I hope they didn't scam you and sell you something that they claimed was shell cordovan, but it really wasn't. I hope they didn't do that to you. But we'll see. When I get them, I'll examine them and I'll give my best opinion on what they actually are. I'm looking forward to seeing them. Let's see. David Williams says, Craig, they look fine, just not on me. Why, David? I think they probably look fine on you. I think you've just got a mental block against them or something. What make jeans Wrangler? No, I don't think I have any Wranglers. I've got Levi's, and I've got another brand that are called like American or whatever. They're made in USA. All my jeans are made in USA. I won't buy anything that's foreign made. And a lot of the Levi's now, by the way, are foreign made, so you got to be careful about all that. But I've got several pairs that are made in the USA, so I'm good to go. They'll last me the rest of my life as rarely as I wear them. I got to have a rotation on things, right? A rotation. Short daggers or knives are concealed in pen style cases or cane swords are illegal in California. Well, yeah, I think those are illegal a lot of places. The knife can't be concealed in something that doesn't look like a knife. So basically my sheath that I have, that would probably be okay. That would not be considered concealed. I mean, it's obvious that it's a knife in a sheath. I don't think they could call that concealed. Kyle's in the house. Of course, I'm not hanging out in California anyway for a whole lot of reasons. That place is nothing personal, Kyle, but California has a lot of issues. Let's see, Rich, where are you again? I'll pass along the info to Brett. What size is it? Well, he has a date 8, Kyle. He has a date 8. It's stunning, from what I recall. Eduardo has Durr has a black one. Okay. I don't own a Rolex, LOL. Okay, Cheetown. 36 millimeter, 18238 at Kyle Jet. Yes. Yes, it's an 18238. Box, papers, accessories, serviced by Rolex in 2017. Wow. Wow. Okay. Mr. Q, these feel indestructible. They fit that description of not micro cracking. These just wipe to a clean, easy look. Yeah, it's probably shell. It's probably, the photos look like it was shell. One of the interesting things about shell is it does take a while to break in. Everybody says that it takes a while to break in. They're not like comfortable right out of the box. There can be a break-in period. So let me know, Mr. Q, how much did you wear them? How many times did you wear them? Did you work at trying to break them in, or did you wear them a few times and give up, or what? Do tell. We are curious. The sheath would be fine. You have it on your belt, and the blade is over 3 inches. Okay. Kyle Jet, wow, that's great. Thanks, Rich. I texted him just now. Okay. Tries Dainite definitely is the pure, genuine version of Dainite, says Carlos in the house. Eduardo, Carlos, first world problem. Who has which 20K watch? Eduardo's in the house. I can't pronounce his name. I'm sorry. Yes, Levi's good, but diesel jeans or Trussardi jeans are a level higher. Well, see, some of the older Levi's that were made in the USA were pretty good, but I think probably a lot of the stuff they're making now is probably a little bit marginal. California is full of nuts, flakes, and fruits. There you go. So we can eat healthy there at least. Lady Brianna, entering the watch community, I suggest you get a watch that can save you in everyday conditions, one that gets a smile on your wrist. Craig knows. Okay. Well, she's going to end up with a nice watch. I guarantee you she's going to end up with a nice watch, but we're going to take our time and figure it out, and she's going to get something really nice, I think. Mr. Q's in the house. eBay search yields some clues. Oakwood shoes. Okay. Do tell what the clues are, Mr. Q. Do tell. If he wants to talk, let me know and we can connect. Okay. Kyle's in the house. He says, Cheetown is right. The place is going to hell. I've been here my whole life, but would definitely consider leaving for the right opportunity. Kyle in the house. Let's see. Wore for 2 weddings, maybe 4 suited meetings, never broke them in fully. Did they feel like they really needed to be broken in? Did they feel like kind of stiff? What did they feel like on your feet? Let us know. David's in the house. The other people in the chat are saying we could care less about shoes. Hey, we could care less. David's in the house. We are getting a lot of California transplants moving into Nevada. This has been a trend, though picking up the pace in the past 2 to 3 years. Well, yeah, a lot of people are also moving to Florida. A lot of California people are moving to Texas as well. So, yeah, they're moving they're definitely moving. Kyle's in the house, but Rich, that is the best watch. What would you replace it with? Good point. Let's see. In case you want to check, I have a contact of a reliable dealer in your area, but of course he would want his stake. Kyle Jet 002 from 002 from Steve, I'm quite sure. The 002 is a stunner. Whoops. Absolute stunner. Now, you guys noticed while I was, posing, with these clothes and all that, you noticed the 002, right? It was doing its thing too. It was looking pretty stunning, right? By the way, you can mix and match. You can wear a black watch strap with a dark brown. I have a dark brown alligator belt on, and of course I have the brown shoes on. You can mix and match like that. That's a non-issue. I do like generally to have the belt match the shoes. I do like to do that. But the watch strap can be black. A black watch strap goes pretty much with everything. So there you go. Very versatile. Let's see. Craig, I suggest you buy more BTC, move to Chaz in Seattle, and promote vintage clothing as being the new anti-capitalist fashion expression. There you go. That might be a good move. Move to Chaz. I don't think I would get along real well there. Probably would get a new deep sea or buy nothing. Got offered a James Cameron at an AD with a month wait. Still undecided to even sell, but I know Brent really wants one. Man, don't get the James Cameron. Try that. That would be a mistake. That thing is an uncomfortable beast to wear. I don't think you want to go there. Mr. Q, they still felt stiff the last time I tried. There you go. Well, I'll tell you what, there'll be nothing like breaking in the Limer or Limmer, however you pronounce it, my mountain climbing boots. Those literally took months to break in. Those things. As a matter of fact, I gave up when I first got them. And I was told it would take a while to break them in, right? I wore them a few times. I tried, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is terrible, right? And I gave up, and they sat for like 20 years. And then I read up more on them and so on. Everybody said how great they were and how after they break in, they're so comfortable and blah, blah, blah. So then I made a concerted effort to wear them like 10 minutes a day for like 2 months. I wore them for like 10 minutes a day. I wore them up and down the stairs. I just wore them for like 10 minutes. Well, then I slowly, gradually increased the amount of time, right? And now, after I finally did get them broken in, this was like maybe 5 or 10 years ago that I finally broke them in, they are super comfortable. I'll give them that. They are amazing. But man, those things took a ton of time to break in. It was absolutely insane. Let's see here. Also, I would save him the heartache of dealing with nonsense. He can see in person and see the condition is great. Triforce Rich in the house. Very attractive offer. I think he is dealing with an eviction, so he hasn't contacted me yet. I think he will be interested for sure. Okay, the James Cameron looks very cool. It's a huge watch, though. Yeah, I would pass on that, Kyle, really. I think that's a no-fly zone there. That's all I could see. Mostly burgundy, which was made popular by Ricardo Montalban. What do you mean that's all I could see? What, Mr. Q, what are you referring to there? I'm not sure what you're referring to there. I lost the train of thought on that one. Yeah, it's way too big, huh? But that dial is a guilty pleasure. There you go. I like the gradient on the dial, blue to black. Yeah, but man, if it's a chore to wear, I mean, why get it? That's the way I look at it. Stig's in the house. I have a friend here who has recently moved here from California, and she has not a lot of good to say. What's going on? Okay, Mr. Q, I had boot experience like that with the Hawag German ones. I still have solid. Yeah, did they finally break in to where they got really comfortable? And if you still have them, shoot a photo over. We'd love to see them. Are they mountain climbing boots? Do tell. This is intriguing. Carlos is in the house. Stig, it must be now. That is a weird time. California is a great place. Well, I mean, obviously California has a lot of natural beauty and so on and so forth, but man, the politics out there, it's a mess. It's a freaking disaster. You know, can you imagine having people poop in the streets and stuff? I mean, that is just how they could let everything get out of hand the way they have is just absolutely insane. Try mrporter.com. Edward Green shoes are 30 to 50% discount. Absolutely. You want to get, if you're going to buy any of these kind of high-end shoes, you want to try to get a good discount. Absolutely, you want to try to do that, because otherwise you're going to really get blistered. Not blistered, because they'll fit fine, but you're going to get financially screwed if you pay list. I would try to avoid paying list for any high-end shoes. You can usually, and by the way, like, now, I will say Alden's, those are kind of hard sometimes to get deals on them. But, for example, Allen Edmonds, they have deals often. And they have, like, shoes with, like, really minor flaws that you can get, like, a real good buy on. Not as much on the shell cordovans, though, but sometimes. But, yeah, if you can get a deal on a pair of Edward Greens, that's definitely a good move. I love mine. They're on my feet right now, and they feel so good. They feel like they're massaging my feet, and I'm not even moving. It's freaking amazing. Let's see, I already have my For Life watch, which is the GMT. So any other watch is a bonus. Daily wear ability is a less a concern because I can wear the GMT with everything. Yeah, I hear you. Link on email. Okay, let's take a look at the email. Let's take a look at the email. That's what we can do. Let's see here. I got a couple of emails. Okay, so first I got one from... I got one from Peter Parker that he was talking about some Made in USA socks by shoe size. That's cool, and he sent me a link. So let's take a look at that real quick. Okay, so this is Kane, KANE11.com, and you can see here some really cool socks that you can order by size. That's cool, because sometimes, socks don't fit that great. So there you go. I always have worn gold toe for dress, and then various ones for casual, if you will. The thicker ones. I think the ones I have on now are made by Burlington or something, but yeah. Okay, so let's check. So anyway, there's Kane. Kane11.com. Okay. All right, so let's go back to the email. Let's see. And here's the eBay link that was sent. And Oakwoods. Yeah, there's some here that obviously these are Oakwoods, but theirs are not shell cordovan, right? So, and this one's cordovan, And this is new. This is interesting. These are supposedly new old stock. Of course, they're not a common size. Cordovan shoes. You know what? I don't think these are shell cordovan. There's a lot of grain to that leather. I'm going to guess these are just cordovan color. See, there's a lot of grain. There's some fine wrinkles there. I seriously doubt that's shell cordovan. And they're made in Brazil. So yeah. Somebody is calling those cordovan, and they are not. And by the way, just because the color is cordovan, you shouldn't call them cordovan with an uppercase C. That's very misleading. And a lot of people get scammed. Okay, let's go back to, here are the German-made shoes. Yeah, these are very robust and very similar to the construction and everything, very similar to my Limer or Lemur, however you pronounce it, boots. Yeah, those bears take a while to break in. Okay, let's see. Kevin D says, Craig, do you like Rolex King Midas? Not sure what you're referring to there. If you can send me a link, we'll take a look. But I'm not sure which model you're referring to there. Cheetown, California. So it sounds like everywhere. Rich, can I get a message anywhere in OC? I'm dying over here. Okay. Let's see. Need cash flow. Okay. Eduardo, it's funny to me how you're able to tell stories with time spans of decades, and I'm only able to use a couple of years for my stories. You should do a show telling stories from years past. We have talked about the old days from time to time. We can do it from time to time. Carlos is in the house. I did not have that idea, but you live there and you must be right. Okay. Not exactly. It's fair, more amplified. Okay. Let's see. I'm not sure, Kyle. My chiropractor connect is open, but that is different. Gym's open Monday, so everything should be open then. Okay. Makes sense. People focus more on wealth than in the 80s or 90s. Okay. Let's see. All my life, a few years in Chicago. Okay. Let's see. Link to Main USA Socks. Okay, we pulled those up. Okay, that's good. Sign. Okay. I'm just catching up here on the comments, folks. Let's see. Some mega rich people and poor is boring. I hope will change. Like in Star Trek, there's no money value. Okay. When needs are fulfilled, it's good to do art and good things. There you go. That's what proponents of the universal basic income say. If everybody's getting an income, then they can just do what they love. I'm fortunate in that I enjoy what I do for a living, so I'm okay with all that. Yeah. Let's see. And I don't believe in wasting money and over consuming and so forth. I mean, if you buy, for example, a high quality pair of shoes and you keep them literally for 40 years and take care of them, I think that's a lot better than going through a whole bunch of cheap pairs of shoes and throwing them away and them going to some landfill somewhere. You know, there is no away. When you throw stuff, you don't throw stuff away. It just goes somewhere else. There is no away. And so I think it's really cool to have high quality shoes that can be rebuilt and can be resold, for example. And the old sole that comes off is just leather. It's biodegradable, right? These people that buy these plastic shoes and wear them for 6 months or whatever, and they're wore out and they throw them out and they buy another pair of plastic shoes, I don't think that's a good thing. I don't think that's a good thing at all. So there you go. I'm an environmentalist. What do you think about that? Let's see. Maybe happening something similar to when people think Madrid must be a great place to live, while Madrid is a great place for visiting, but horrible to live. Okay. Let's see. Let's see. Horrible maybe is too strong. Dark city, ultra long working days, super expensive housing, not great salaries. Other than that, it's nirvana. She like England of the U.S. I know exactly what you're saying. Thank you, Eduardo. I think before was barter, etc. I give you potato, you give me coffee. Well, if we all get on the Bitcoin standard, if we all get on Bitcoin, it's going to solve a lot of these issues. A lot of these issues will be solved with Bitcoin. Craig, do you think if we Americans change our consumption habits away from buying cheap throwaway stuff, then we can enact some lasting changes? Again, I think Bitcoin will help with that, because as more people adopt Bitcoin, it naturally forces you to think about spending before you spend, and because you want to keep your Bitcoin because it's going up in value, so the last thing you want to do is spend it. So it encourages saving. If people have Bitcoin, if people have US dollars, those dollars are being devalued constantly. Every year they lose 2 to 3% of their value, so there's no real incentive to save them because they're going to lose value. So people just spend everything, so there's no incentive to save. I think Bitcoin can help with that a lot. Eduardo, I think in the future more than money will be resources or technology. Yes, environmentalists as well don't like to waste, but no. Okay. Mr. Q, I still have Black & Decker tools made in the USA. They're electric and still work. Yeah, I hear you. All I'm saying is that there is no way to go back to the barter system. Well, again, Eduardo, I mean, Bitcoin can be sort of like that, right? Because it's peer-to-peer. So that can help with a lot of those things. Okay. All right. We are solving all the world's problems. We're coming up on an hour. Well, it's actually been, almost an hour. We started early, but, man, every time I look at the 002, and I see how the light plays off of those indices and off of the case, and I can't imagine somebody buying a gold watch that is like tinted, that's like rose or something. I can't imagine, because this color is so perfect. It's so perfect, and it's like thousands of years. I mean, it's been the thing, and it still is the thing. It's just amazing just to look at that puppy. Absolutely amazing. Let's get that in focus. I think it's as close as I can get it. Wow, really amazing. Okay, Lance is in the house. Lance, why are you so late? We're getting ready to wrap this puppy up. We're getting ready to wrap it up. And let's recap. Let's go back to the photos. Let's go back to the photos. And actually, we're going to go in reverse order this time. We were talking about high-end shoes and why it's important that people dress decently. And the shoes are the foundation of your health and well-being and your business life and everything. Your shoes are that foundation. Eduardo, I think Datejust with a white tapestry dial and gold hour markers would look great in the light. Absolutely, I agree. Mr. Q, Topper has a hot GS under 4K champagne dial. My palms are sweating. Uh-oh. If you want to send a link real quick, we can take a look and give an opinion on it. Triforce Rich, nothing like 18 karat gold in person, that's for sure. No sacrifices for Lance, please. Craig, I was at a golf lesson. What did I miss? Oh, you're going to have to go back and watch. You missed a lot of good stuff, Lance. You're going to have to go back and watch from the start. Trust me, you're going to like it. Because you're a classy guy, you're going to like it. Okay, let's go through these pictures real quick. Oh, Mr. Q says we need a Maduro cigar to relax, and the Grand Seiko anxiety Sitting at topper. Okay. All right. So there's the shoe bags that I use that you can see through, so you can see, what shoes are in the bag, right? So those are kind of cool. Those are probably my favorites. The churches, and those date from about 1982, 83-ish. And those are Ranch Oxhide, they called it. And those are custom grade churches. Really nice. Still original soles. Still in pretty good shape. And those were bought at Johnston Murphy. And those are Italian. I don't know who made them, but they were decent quality. And those and another pair of black ones I'm going to show you were my first decent shoes that I owned. I bought those in about 1978, 77, 78. So those are oldies but goodies. They've been half soled, you see there. And these are also churches, and very, very, very comfortable. Wait, are those churches? No. I'm sorry. Those are from Brooks Brothers, Pearl and Company. Brooks Brothers. Very comfortable. Okay. And by the way, they're made, I believe, by Crockett and Jones for Pearl and Company. These that you're seeing now, I believe that's who made them. Made in England, of course. And there are the soles. Again, original soles still. Holding up pretty good. These have been around the horn. I bought these again in about 1978, 77, 78. Also from Johnston Murphy. And they've been rode hard and put away wet. They've been resoled a couple of times. You can see on the sole shot, you see they're stitched through this half sole. So they've been half soled and restitched and just been worked over a little bit. Those I wore in the rain a lot. These are churches. These are also made in England by churches and very, very comfortable. Good looking shoes. Okay, and there's the soles on those. They're all original also. These are the ones I have on my feet right now, Edward Green, and these are probably the highest dollar shoes that I have, and have a very interesting outsole on them. And these can be worn, of course, in foul weather and things like that, and the countryside and things like that, with that Dainite sole, however you pronounce it. Those are very interesting, and you can see it is spelled Dainite, sole. That's what that sole is. So very, very interesting. Let's see here. Let's see. The King Midas is a Cellini horror show. Okay, so that explains why I haven't had any experience with it. Let's see here. Craig, what company would you recommend for good quality shoe trees? That's a very good question, because there's a lot of them out there that are pretty marginal. The Hanger Project, everything he sells is first rate. So you could go to the Hanger Project and see what he sells and maybe find him something similar on Amazon, or you could just buy them from him. I don't think he charges a tremendous premium, but he does charge a premium. But everything he has is high end. But yeah, I mean, it's just like everything else. I think a lot of the shoe trees are not as good as they used to be. I have a bunch of them that I got at Johnston Murphy back in the day, and they're still doing great. And then I have some newer ones that I bought more recently that weren't as good. So you do have to be careful with buying shoe trees. And I don't know off the top of my head ones that I would recommend today. But again, if you go to the Hanger Project, go to his website, he's going to have everything he has on there is high quality. He even sells super high quality shoelaces for shoes that are very, very nice. Eduardo's in the house. My watchmaker is trying to persuade me to buy a solid gold Cellini. He has, but I'm not sure it'll hold its value. No, if you're going to buy that, lowball. Make a nice low offer. Carlos is in the house. Churches, Oxley, State High. Okay, not sure what that is. Link to Grand Seiko emailed. Okay, let's take a look. Let's take a look. We will take a look. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Interesting. A spring drive GMT. Interesting. That I've never seen one with that color dial. Wow, display back. And it's a spring drive? That's kind of cool. It's a little bit thick. I don't think I would use it as an all-arounder, as a dress watch type of thing. But very, very interesting. Very interesting. That is interesting. Let's see. Like Patek, some look off, and then after a few years, very popular. Do boxing papers even matter when it comes to Cellini, when it comes to long-term value? Who knows? Who knows? But again, I wouldn't buy a watch with the concern of long-term value, because I don't think that's a good move. I think watches are very dicey when it comes to being any kind of an investment or any kind of a store value. I think they're very high risk. I think there are better places to put your money for that purpose. Let's see. I don't believe people will buy everything old because it's raw. Okay, in the future. Craig, you need to have a meet and greet at Little Treasury with all of us there. We're trying. We're trying. Hopefully things will return to normal towards the fall, and we'll be able to do a live event. Right now, there are still restrictions on how many people you can have and all of that. And Steve's concerned about the virus. You know, he's not a spring chicken anymore, so he's got to worry about things like that. So he's got to feel comfortable about doing it as well. But I agree. We definitely need to have a get together. Let's see here. Let's see. He has to dig out and show me, but okay. It's a cool watch. I wouldn't say no to wear it, but Craig is right. Okay. Craig is always right. You know that. As low and leave. Okay. Sent a photo of a stunning vintage Rolex Oyster Perpetual. Carlos, has your Doxa survived that nasty experience you did to it? Oh, yeah. That's a rugged piece. That's a rugged piece. Okay, let's go back here. Let's go back here. And see what he sent. Look at that. Isn't that something? I wonder if it's 14 karat gold or if it's 18 karat gold. Interesting. Very, very interesting. An older piece. I don't mind the riveted bracelets like that. I think they're kind of cool. Let's see here. Okay, obviously wrench members are all invited. We should think about what non-wrench holders should get an invite as well. Mr. Q has my nomination for one, by the way. Well, Mr. Q should have a wrench. Mr. Q, would you like to have a wrench? Would you accept a wrench if we issued a wrench to you? Let us know in the chat. We'll give Mr. Q a wrench. He deserves a wrench, for gosh sakes. Let's see. And Eduardo supports Mr. Q for a wrench if he wants one. Absolutely. Stig's still ticking, but looks a bit down because of my bad behavior. I'm giving it a lot of love now. There you go. Wasn't thinking as investment, but I don't like depreciation. LOL. I hear you. I hear you, Eduardo. I would just wait and get something that you really, really love so that you feel like you could live with it for the rest of your life. And then you don't have to worry about it. Like this 002, I have no concerned what the value is or isn't or whatever, because I have no intentions of selling it. I'm going to wear this puppy probably to my grave, so I don't have to worry about that. And that relieves the pressure, right? If you really, really like the watch, you can be feel more comfortable about it. Let's see. Tim says, Kyle, what about me? Or could just give me a wrench? Tim McDonald. I think Tim should have a wrench. I'm going to go ahead and make a command decision right now and issue Tim a wrench. And Mr. Q, if we hear from him that he wants one, we'll issue him a wrench. What happened to Steve? Did he get COVID? Haven't seen him in a while. He says he's fixed his audio issues and he's going to do a show on Wednesday. This is what he claims. I talked to him the other day. So stay tuned. Hopefully Wednesday he'll do a show. Yes, helps me make a decision to buy a watch psychologically, but who knows what in the next 10 years. Kyle says, Tim has been here forever too. I think he should get one as well. Yeah, that's been done. Carlos Kyle Jet. Thanks, gentlemen. I'm flattered by the thought. Okay, well, you didn't say you don't want it, so we're going to give him a wrench too. So Mr. Q has a wrench now. Let's see. Before I forget, Craig, any advice as to how to drink some Johnny Walker Black Label? I think that would be better for somebody like Durr to give some advice on that, or Steve. I'm not a drinker, so I'm not the good one to get that advice. Carlos, I think, could give you some advice on that. I think he likes a libation from time to time. Kyle's in the house. I didn't see you here, Tim. Okay, Eduardo, I think those vintage OPs are solid 14 karat gold. There you go. Looks good. Looks good. I wouldn't mind a 14 karat gold watch. That'd be cool. Mr. Q's in the house. Thanks, gentlemen. I'm flattered by the thought. Okay, that's done. He's got a wrench. Lance is in the house. That one in the photo is 18 karat gold. Okay, there you go. Yeah, it looks very, very gold. Tim says, thanks, Carlos. Tim has been here a long time. The day everyone got wrenches, he must have been absent. Kyle, you aren't watching enough. Eduardo, I would love a white tapestry dial, date 8. Oh, I hear you. Welcome to the wrench gang at Tim. Why doesn't Tim have a wrench? Oh, well, he does now. Let's see. Tim, I voted for you. I have midnight. What time do you have? Okay, welcome, Mr. Q. Yeah, there you go. He's got a wrench. I have missed a couple of shows. Rare thought. Okay, Kyle in the house. I like black on rocks and Coke. It's best daily whiskey for me. There you go. All right, we're going to wrap this puppy up. I think we did a good job today, folks. I think we did a good job today. I think we dealt with some issues. And we made progress. Craig, do you enjoy cigars? No, I don't. I don't do the cigar thing. Sometimes I like the aroma, though, when somebody else is smoking a cigar, if it's a nice cigar. I do like the aroma. But never indulged. Never smoked cigarettes either. I'm a little bit boring when it comes to those kinds of things. Carlos says sometimes with one ice cube. Okay. All right, folks. Well, hey, I got to give a shout out to lovely Bree because she was in earlier. So we're going to do a little shout out. BreeFitDance.com. Make sure that you subscribe and click the little bell and sign up as a Patreon and all those good things. And by the way, on this show, on this channel, be sure you subscribe and click the little bell so you get notifications, because otherwise you won't know when we're live and you won't know what you are missing. Thanks, everybody, for watching. We will see you next time.